I don't know what.
Okay. Is it mounting on? Okay. There it goes. Oh,
Are you where you need to be?
I think so.
You want to use a laser?
Wait.
You use a laser?
Find the piece.
I don't know.
I don't know. It must have been up here.
That's a white, small,
I wonder if somebody has it.
it's a really, really small white piece. Yeah, I think. Oh, still, wait, hold on, Mark. It's not this. Yeah, that goes to a computer. Are we missing something to get it? Yeah, it's one of these, but it's real short.
Had to have it.
It's real, real short.
Because I left it up here.
You left it up here. It's a smaller version.
Thinking.
It's a real small version.
Little tiny white. Cord. What do you want? Use new hardware, not right now. Okay. Fingers crossed.
All right, everybody, grab a seat real quick. Get started again. All right, thanks, Steve.
Ready to touch it.
All right, hey, let's get going.
You found it. Hey.
Just out of your before today, how many
Where's my phone?
Let's do what?
My phone fell.
See, I went through. Okay. Now, I'm here to
Cord doesn't even certificates, right? This is not the cord.
This is the cord.
It's not the one I used before.
This is the one you use. Trust me. It's the one you used before. You just have to let it get in there. I reached out an HVAC and she's the CEO of with that being said, I think we're having a little technical.
Cross your fingers and your toes right now. 5, 4, 3.
No, hold up.
You're not crossing your fingers. Come on, Max. I need the technology gods. If it doesn't work, scrap it. Move it over here.
It's going to work because I had it working before. There we go. You do what you're going to do.
Thinking? Nothing. All right. Do you guys have the same problem in heating and air conditioning? You ever push the button and just nothing?
Yeah, it always works.
No, that's not good. That's too tight. That's not it. That's a different one. It always works or it doesn't work sometimes?
Sure you don't want that?
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
5, 4, 3.
Hold up. There we go.
Is it working? Don't touch this. I still need power. Can I get it? How you guys doing? Ready to rock and roll? This is a great way to start a technology session, huh? Okay, I'm going to plug this in and nothing's going to turn off just because I plug in power, right? Right? Right on. All right, thanks so much, you guys. I appreciate you taking time to be with me today. I have some of my crew here. I have Michael Hicklin in the back. He's got a camera on right there, so if you turn around, make it your good side, smile, wave. And I have, where's Pat? He's out there. Okay, I also have Pat Carr. He's out at the table. And do what? Oh, yes, thank you. So, you guys, we're going to get down to a little bit of digital marketing, internet marketing, and how to generate more leads. Fair?
All right.
You guys love internet marketing so far? Don't lie. Before I get started, I'm going to try and cram about 10 days worth of information in the next 45 minutes. So, I have a book for you. If you grab your cell phone, you're probably going to want, it's hard to take notes here. So you guys feel free to keep your cell phones out, put your camera on, take pictures of the screen. You can record, I don't care, doesn't matter. And to download this book, it's really easy. You could just, in your text message, in the number area, type in 44222. In the message area, just type in GPN dealer, but no quotes and no spaces. Sometimes your autocorrect, it'll put a space in there. You don't need to do that. So, and then hit send, and then it's going to reply back to you and say, respond back with just your email address. Put your email in there, hit send. You'll have the book in your inbox. It's The Ultimate Guide to HVAC Marketing. It will give you a slight headache. Say, make, reading time around cocktail hour, and you'll feel better. All right? So, have things changed? Is technology changing how we work, how we function, how consumers research, how you buy? Yes? How? Everything's on the internet? It's fair. What else? They can research, absolutely. What kind of things can they research? Everything. Is there such thing as proprietary information anymore? You're going to keep it off the internet because you don't want your competitors to get it. You're more than welcome to do that, but if everybody else is putting that information out there and you're not, you're the only one that's invisible today. That's a challenge, right? So 4 years ago, I was standing on stage and I was talking to groups of contractors and dealers, and we were talking about these devices. I'm not going to touch it. I'm scared of this section. These devices right here, smartphones. We were talking about mobile get-in, which basically Google came out in 2014 with the new requirement that said your website must be mobile responsive, not mobile ready, not another version of your website where it's m.mywebsite.com. Do you remember those? Okay, not HTML5. Wanted a mobile responsive version of your website. So every website that wasn't mobile responsive in batches since then has been penalized, dropped backwards in the search engines. 2 years ago, I'm standing up and I'm like, okay, we need to start paying attention to this because these little bad boys are changing the way that people search. They're talking to their wrist. That's a different query than somebody going to Google and typing in AC repair. That was kind of loud. I like it though. Okay, AC repair. What's Cleveland? Right, Michael? Cleveland. That's different. All right. This year, Amazon sales. What are the little devices on the right-hand side? Alexa, yes, and Google Home. Amazon Echo and or Alexa and or Dot. I love her. I miss her dearly. Okay. What does she do for you? Anybody own one? You have an Alexa? What is she? You have both of them. Awesome. Okay, yes. We've tried that. Do they talk to each other? Oh, mine do. Yeah, you come in, you'll have some oldies and some rock and roll playing all in the same room. What can they do? They can answer all your questions. Like what? Perfect. Order me some Fandango tickets, right? Absolutely. I've ordered stuff on mine, and he's got it on his Amazon. He's like, I didn't order that. Can hear it in the other room. Why? All right, so it can do everything. It can turn on and off your lights. It can do your kids' homework with them. It can read you a story. It can tell you a joke. It can find you the best HVAC contractor in my area with the best reviews. It can order you an Uber. It can order you pizza. It can do everything. The difference is artificial intelligence, i.e. we're talking to our watches, we're talking to our phones, we're talking to Siri, we're talking to Alexa, we're talking to Google Home, now has us stretching out a search query that's different than AC repair in Cleveland, AC service in Cleveland, AC installation, AC maintenance, AC tune-up, AC replacement in a city. Same thing with air conditioner, air conditioning, furnace, heater, heating, and every other phrase that's related to your business. It's different. So in our world, we think technology is changing like this. It doesn't feel that bad, right? We're keeping up, you know, as long as you don't hand a toddler your phone, you don't feel slow. You had to hand a toddler your phone, it's a different age. However, what's up with the teenagers? Anybody have teenagers? Anybody have an idea how big their social media account or the network size of them is? It's pretty big. Yeah? You can tell over years they transfer what sites they use to communicate, to influence, persuade, to research. Any of your teenagers use Facebook? Yeah? No. What is Facebook to teenagers now? For who? Old people. What's email for? Dead people. That's not what they do. Right? They don't know what Yahoo is. I'm not going to say anything about @hotmail.com email addresses of business. I'll leave that alone, which I see. It's okay. So these devices, technology, the way consumers research, how they research, when they research, how they feel comfortable, third-party endorsements, reviews, it's driving everything. So I'm going to give you the answer before I ask you the question, but think about it this way. In the last 12 months, you are not an existing customer of this product, company, or service. How many of you in the last 12 months made a purchase from radio, television, newspaper, billboard, flyer, magazine, something in your mailbox? Anyone in the last 12 months? What'd you buy?
Feed for my animals.
Awesome. Anyone else? We had one more. What'd you buy? Did you go read the reviews on that first? Is it? I'm all about watching late night commercials and then going and reading the scams behind all of their history, because most of them are, yes, the cut up foam. I know that. I went and researched them. That's almost the same as the guy that sends you miracle water. They're on the same hour. Or the copper pots. Okay, next. Jewelry. Anyone else? Yes.
Pizza.
Of course. Pizza, lawn care, dry cleaning, oil changes. Got it. Anyone else outside of those? Okay. Survey says I have 4 in 365 days in this entire audience. Is that good math for a business owner trying to market their business? That's not good. That hurts my soul, regardless of what advertising agency stands up with their fancy charts and graphs and everything else. Let's get you some better numbers. In the last 12 months, how many of you have made a purchase? You're not an existing client because you went to the internet, did some research, found a new product, service, or company. Raise your hand, look around. More than one. Okay? More than one time in the last 12 months. Raise your hand, look around. Look around. This is your fancy chart. Okay? Perfect. More than 5 times. Raise your hand, look around. More than 20. You should see my shoe collection. Okay. So, let's take it to the next stage. Last 12 months, how many of you contacted a friend, asked for a referral? Doesn't matter, on social media, it was a phone, your friend, your family, whatever. You asked for a referral, raise your hand and look around. Look around, because this is your graph for your business. Okay? How many of you Googled them first? Look around. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. If you Google them, you couldn't figure out which one they were, they had negative reviews or no reviews, would you continue to make the call? Would you make the call? Make the call? I got this. I got the Stevie Wonder. Okay. Nah, that means no. So here's the thing. That's changing. That's changing. You guys, 2 years ago, I asked these same questions, and math is different. I love this math because you're thinking like homeowners, you're thinking like mom and dad and husband and wife and everything else. That's real. That's how real people shop. But then we put our business hat on, and all of a sudden we're like, what's my competitor doing? I'm going to go check the mail. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to look at the junk mail that every other day I do what with? Throw it away. Because I have to be doing something. Got to do something, right? Here's the nuts and bolts about marketing. It's really simple. People buy 2 ways. They go online, they do a search. They get a referral. They go online, they do a search. When you go online and do a search, or you get a referral and you go online and do a search, what do you look for once you find the product service you didn't look? Don't take the My Pillow one. Okay? I'm sorry, you said it. Okay? I happen to have history with that. All right, so what do you do? What do you go look for? What's the next thing you're... Perfect, say it loud. Reviews. How many of you have a focused effort on generating reviews in the right places for your business's system and require everyone on your team to participate? This is. We're getting there. Intentions are good. Intentions are good. We can do that. So if I know everyone buys online, does research, and even my referral business is going online, doing research, looking for reviews, making a decision, and will I ever be able to know if I got a referral, they went online, they didn't like what they see, and I didn't get the call? Will you have that data? It's invisible. Missed opportunity, huge. So in the internet space, in the digital space, which is where we live on it, if you keep doing the same thing year over year, can you expect the same results? Does that work in this world? Remember the graph that went like this a couple slides back? Doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way on the internet. These devices, are they changing? How many have got a new cell phone in the last 2 years? Okay, new computer? New tablet? New laptop? Nerds? Jeez, I like you. All right, so we can't stop. Google put out over 100 changes last year to website standards. Facebook's algorithm changes all the time. Social media algorithm changes all the time. Google business listing algorithm changes all the time. We can't stay still. The longer someone's online, the more content they produce, the more backlinks they have, the more powerful their website becomes. The longer we wait to do the things we already know we should, the harder it is. What do you think the number one excuse is for not doing the things you already know you should? I don't have enough time, which is the mere reason why you need to stop and do it, right? It's the exact reason. Because in our business, if you think about it, why did we start our companies? There's only 3 reasons, all the same all the time. I want more what? Say it. Money, perfect. Next. Time, perfect. Next. Freedom, right? That's what you want. Everyone is. Everyone does. But as a company owner, do we feel like we have more time, money, and freedom? No, but we're busy. Always moving. Not quite going anywhere. But it's rocking. The chair is rocking. So we have to pause for just a minute. We got to put the systems in place to allow us to convert time into cash, to allow us to reduce duplicate processes, inefficiencies, redundancies, things we have to rely on humans for. Are you totally comfortable relying on humans? Is that the best part of your job? People, right? And I get that. So we need to figure out, first, everything starts with this. This is a 12-step roadmap to achieve accelerated results. The very first thing is, starts with how we think. Are we positive? Are we proactive? Are we progressive? Are we looking for what's working so we can do more of it? Are we procrastinators? Are we pausing? Are we waiting? Are we blaming the economy? Are we blaming our city? Are we blaming our competitor? Are we blaming all these things? Okay, it's going to depend how you think is going to help you get to the next level. Next is strategy. You guys are in a really tough position between strategy and clarity. You guys have the largest target I think I've ever seen on anybody's back. You guys get calls from more scammers on this planet than anybody else. Anybody get calls from Google? They will never call you. Like, we pay them money. We're certified. We can't call them. They won't call you. Those are scams. Those are companies, they'll call, they'll say, oh, your Google business listing is messed up, you have inaccuracies, like help you get it fixed. They may say, hey, I've got position number 1 saved in your area only for your category in HVAC or heating and air conditioning, and I have position number 1 saved just for you. I'm like, awesome, can you say that again after I hit record so I can make sure everybody knows this is a scam? They will not call you. You have local listing companies that put inaccurate information out there, so you'll call them to try and fix it. Why? For only $250, I can subscribe you today and you can edit your listing and make sure all your information is accurate, right? You guys have HVAC web companies that have pop-up websites with duplicate content that are almost banned immediately after you put them online. You guys have HVAC web and digital marketing companies, and you know what? I'll get your domain name for you. I got it. Let me save you some time. Why do they do that? When you try and cancel, what happens? They own it, right? Your Google business listing, your social media accounts, the more things they own, the better positioned they are to keep you right where you are. Is there any reason you should have to sign a 2-year, 3-year, 4-year contract for a marketing agency? If you see a contract run, what's a contract for? Your stuff, regardless. Absolutely, awesome. So we're on the same page. Clarity. In order to have clarity, we need 2 pieces of information. Where are you exactly right now, and where do you want to go? So every person that stands up here, every class, you guys go to workshops, you go to classes, you listen to people like me, some teaching you how to tweet and telling you need to be on Twitter right now. Do you need to do that? Yes, not yet. So the challenge is no one like me can tell you what you should do without having a tremendous amount of data, knowing where you are, what do you have, how long have you been in business, how many people do you have in your database, are you only keeping track of customers, are they all in your QuickBooks account, are you keeping track of leads and opportunities, do you tag them, do you know who you sold the equipment to? I'm sorry, I gotta slow down. Get so excited. Who I sold equipment to? Husband's going, slow down. But they didn't sign up for a maintenance plan. Did I go in to sell new equipment and did I ask him, does your husband have allergies? Do your kids have, or does he have sleep apnea? Do your kids have allergies? Am I tagging that information so I can go back with a future sale and upgrade indoor air quality and so forth? So they have to know where you're at. They've got to know what's working, what's not working, and so forth. The rest of it, we need to get there after we cover the first few. Positioning, technology, network authority, leverage, automation, conversions, and evaluation. When you get into that section over there, the automation section, it's game on. You'll be amazed because it's really easy to make things happen while you sleep. Everything is about doing the right things in the right order at the right time. Okay, I do thousands of consultations and strategy sessions. I see companies that are spending $2,500 a month on SEO on a website that's not in compliance with Google's coding requirements, therefore uncrawlable on Google. Ouch. I see companies spending thousands of dollars on pay-per-click ads that have a website that as soon as you get there, it's scary. It scares average people. They're looking for professional. This was DIY, right? So we have to be careful. Everything has to be done in order. Give you the best example. You have the perfect website. You're on page 1 of Google for the top 60 key phrases in the top 10 cities in your area. Everything looks good. Numbers are good. Traffic looks good. Can't convert. It's not turning into calls, not turning into new business. Number 1 reason, I forgot about reviews. They're going to look me up, and the reviews are bad. There's one negative one out there that's glaring, standing with the 1 star. It's not enough bling, so they're out of there. So this is the process. Not everybody starts in this order, but this is pretty close, and this is very similar to what we need to consider as from an order standpoint. Number 1, most important, it's your website. That's your baby. That's your home base. That's you when you sleep. That's your business in a box. That's your best salesperson. It works while you're doing everything else should be working for you. It's also something that will improve the overall valuation of your company, make it more profitable when you look, or if you look, if one of your strategies is to sell and sail off into the sunset. Okay. How long do you think a website lasts in today's technology environment? Your sense of humor is actually on target. Okay. In my world, they're not building websites like projects anymore. They have a process called growth-driven designs. Basically means it's a budget, no different than marketing. It's a monthly budget, you pay into it, and they're constantly modifying and remodifying and revamping. I mean, shoot, you guys have 2 totally different business models, 6 months out of the year, right? Or potentially 4, 4, and 4, and 4. Totally different business models. You don't even sell the same products, same equipment, same search terms. Everything changes depending on Mother Nature. That's real, right? That requires change and logic and thought. We have to connect with the consumer depending on a whole bunch of things. Can't have palm trees and snowing outside. Content. Number 1 most important thing, also the least or not budgeted for item in any marketing plan. We have to remember this. Content is your ability to speak. It's your voice online, whatever format it's in. How many of you have woke up and you've said, you know what? I'm going to need 3 more of me by noon, right? Your owners of your company, are they the best salespeople? You wish you had more of them? Oh, they're not? Is he sitting next to you? Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. Okay. If you took your best salesperson and you could clone them, would that put you in a better position? Yeah. What's that? Uh-oh. What's that video camera doing right back there? What is it doing? What is it? Yeah, it's recording. What's it? Who's it recording? And it's going to do what? I'm going to have a clone by 6:20. Okay? I'm going to get a clone of this hour. I'm going to take that clone. I'm going to slice it and dice it into 10 different segments. Takes minutes. I'm going to upload it to YouTube, give each segment a different title, cut out my crazy dumb jokes, and then I'm going to let them work for me for how long? What was it? Forever, right? When we do our marketing plans, when we invest our marketing dollars, do we want that dollar to be an investment? Ultimately, that's the goal, right? We have to think about it this way. 2 kind of investments in the digital space and offline. 1, churn and burn in cash, simple interest. I buy 10,000 names, perfect households, they got a picket fence, 2 dogs, they've got perfect kids, ponytail, blonde, whatever. And that's my mailer, I'm sending it out. Everybody bought a home within a certain number of years. I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna design it, I'm gonna print it, I'm gonna put stamps on it, I'm gonna get the addresses, I'm gonna send them out. Is that churn and burn, or is there any long-term compounding interest impacts on your business for that investment? Which one? Churn and burn. How about a television show? Television commercial? Churn and burn. How about that video sliced into 10, uploaded to YouTube? Throw it on the blog, throw it in social media, let it rerun itself every so often. Which one? So how many views will this video have a year from now, more or less? The longer it's out there, what happens? It grows. If I take a piece of content, I put it on the internet, the longer it's there, the more powerful it becomes. The more people that link to it, comment on it, share it, like it, the more powerful it becomes. Compound interest. Do you guys ever feel like you're repeating the same thing over and over and over, answering the same question like Groundhog's Day? Those are only for the people who actually you were an option to. Imagine the number of people who would like the same information, but you're not an option to give it. Because the content's not online, it's only in your head, but it's not anywhere they can find it independently. How many of you have seen Bruce Almighty? Okay? You remember when he's standing in that warehouse and God's in there and he was like, everything you've ever said, everything you've ever done, everything you've ever thought is in this drawer. Remember? So he goes in and he types in, or he goes in and does a search. He says AC, repair. Let's get out of Sacramento. Where are we at? Cleveland. Boom, this drawer opens, flies across the entire warehouse, and there is 766,000 pages in that drawer. There are 3 ways to make money in this drawer. 1, Pay-per-click ads, churn and burn or compound interest, which one? $5,000 pay-per-click ad budget, and every time somebody clicks on that, it costs me $4, and if I stop paying, it goes away. What happens? Which one? Churn and burn. There is a small long-term impact if you never turn it off, because Google plays favorites to those playing fake ads, so your SEO results can improve. Small. Technically, it's churn and burn. Okay, it's a means to get leads quick, but you have nothing from it when you're done. If I have a business that's been verified in this city, I can get on this. What is this? A map. It's Google Business Listings. If you go to Google and you type in Google My Business, it's free for now in Ohio. It's not free nationally. Won't be free here forever. So if you ever have that thought, oh, I need to hire a local marketing company. No, you need to hire somebody that understands the nation, because Google for the US makes changes in different states and different cities. It tests in different markets, and then it rolls it out everywhere else. You'd like to know it's coming before it gets here. Okay, that's very important. I'll show you real quick because it's important to see. How does this map look different than that map? What do you notice? In a matter of an hour, Google switched the entire Google business listing system for all of Sacramento, Concord, Santa Monica, keep going, to a pay-per-click ad. Every business, including some of our clients, which I have begged and pleaded, please, you got to have more funnels than one. Don't ever rely on one funnel, because as stuff changes. Overnight, everyone that was here, gone. Every call that did come in, gone. Replaced with a $42 per click pay-per-click ad. Ouch. That hurts, right? You got to know this is stretching. So this is not just in Sacramento, it's increasing. Another one of our clients sitting here. Luckily, Concord, let's go CA. So Concord, same thing. This was just in Sacramento, moved up to San Francisco. Now it's moved over to Concord, so we're warning everybody that's coming. It's on its way. You need to have other marketing things that are in place, not just rely on your free Google business listing because you have the most reviews and so forth. However, in the meantime, you guys are a ways away from California, so let's get busy. This map, free and easy ability to be able to generate business in the city you have a physical address in. Here's the math behind it. 1, you have to have a verified account. 2, make sure everything is filled out perfectly. 3, you have to have the most, the best, most frequent reviews. In addition to that, the listing that updates their photos the most has the highest probability of moving up after those other math figures. So images. So in our world, our social media team, they design promotional images. They go on the website, they go in the Google business listing, they go on all the local listings. We use one asset across all things, call it a day, we're good. There's easy ways to get things done. All right, now, how many pages did we have in here? 766,000. Here is your Bruce Almighty file cabinet. In order for you to get in this drawer, just get in the drawer. Somewhere in that 766,000 other pages, you have to have a piece of paper, just like a filing cabinet, that has a label that says AC Repair Cleveland. I said Sacramento again. Cleveland, Ohio. No page, no go. Google is deaf and blind, reads Braille, no content, can't file you. Doesn't mean you're going to be in the front, means you're going to be in the drawer. Now, the more pages you have in that drawer, just like a filing system, the more space you own, the more of an expert you are. All that content, information that's in your brain. Top 5 things to look for when hiring an air conditioning repair company in Cleveland, Ohio. Top 5 things to watch out for when hiring an air conditioning repair company in Cleveland, Ohio. Top 3 biggest mistakes AC repair companies in Cleveland, Ohio make during the middle of summer. Forever. You guys will think of it better than I will, right? Okay? That content's going to occupy more space. In order to move that content from the back of Google to the front of Google, which is where you make money, it has to become popular. Welcome to backlinks, social media, SEO, link building, local listings. The more links it has pointing, which is no different than you guys getting referrals from third-party people, the more popular the page becomes, the higher it ranks. Google cares about three things. After you met all 3,498 other requirements. We'll say you have everything right. Are you relative? That means, are you relative to what the consumer wants where they want it? So if I go here and I say services, because I got a page called services. How many pages in that drawer? How about my favorite? Cooling. Another favorite. FAQ. That's the drawer you go in with every one of those pages. Heating. That's a lot. So you have to think about your website differently. Just go back to your office and stare at your file cabinet. So if I had to hand this piece of paper to my receptionist and say, file this where someone else can find it later that wants it, what are you going to call it? It's that simple. Moving it from the back to the front. In the beginning, you're just looking for what phrases has the highest amount of searches, the lowest amount of competition, bootstrap it. So if it's heating and repair services, Bay Hill, there'll be a page just for that. AC repair, contractor, Bay Hill, page just for that. Heating maintenance, HVAC repair service, HVAC maintenance service, central air conditioning. So every single one of these, this is a phrase, this is the rank, this is the change. So as we go down, if there's more phrases, they have a lot of phrases on page 1. Every page is going to have a different piece of content for it. These things have to climb 99, 100, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 pages in order to keep moving up. The more that it moves up, the more you have on page 1, the more money you make. Make sense? What makes this guy stand out? What stands out to you on this page? Is what?
Stars.
Bling, right? Bling. Okay, so this is one of our client sites. When I asked you earlier how long do websites last, and you said 2 weeks, these guys had to go through that because we built their site, we went live, a new requirement came out, or I shouldn't say requirement, it was a recommendation and a piece of functionality that we could integrate into their site. And let me go back. The recommendation was so good, the new technology was so amazing, we contacted the client, we're like, we need to rebuild your website. No one wants to hear that after you went live 3 months ago, right? However, there are 2 new pieces of technology when it comes to websites that are huge this year. One is something called AMP, it's Accelerated Mobile Pages. It makes a website render instantaneously, reduces load times, makes it fast on mobile devices. If you guys are on your phones, you ever look, just type in Trump. You'll see article, and underneath it, it'll say AMP, 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 AMP. All your media sources use it already. Now it's available for us to be able to do on sites. Second thing is called schema. Schema coding allows us to take this client site, 433 pages we have in a site, and we're able to showcase the stars, the rating, and the cumulative number of reviews across all his review sites. So A, he's got a formal process for acquiring reviews, optimizing reviews, building local pages, and so forth. B, we gather all of that review information and we're able to showcase it on every one of the 400 and something pages. So any one of these pages that pulls up on page 1, position 1 of Google, or page 1, position 3, or 5, or 8, anywhere on page 1, do you think the one with the stars is going to get the majority of the conversions? And do they have to do any other research once they see that? Not really. This is literally changing the face of Google as far as who gets the conversions. Okay, this is making it a company that's sitting on page 1, position 8, which would normally only get 2% of the conversions, now get 18 to 20% because it's got the stars. So simple things like that. We have to think like this. Is this going to be viable forever? Is this going to be a great way to make money forever? I mean, technically it's not, because at some point, people are going to get smart. Digital marketing agencies are going to start hiring experts to be able to do this. And at some point, everybody will have stars and we'll have to think of something new. Can you take advantage of it right now? Yes. So it's not easy to get done. It's a real pain in the tail. So that's a good time to do it. Okay. But it's worth it. It's worth it. We're looking for higher conversions. Does that help? Okay, awesome. So your rankings. If people do business two ways, A, they do search online, B, they get a referral, then they do a search online. How important is it for you to be on page 1 of Google? It's critical. Your reviews, critical. Content, required. There are a handful of necessary evils. So for this client, they now have 123 phrases sitting on page 1, position 1 through 3, 21 phrases on page 1, position 4 through 10. I promise you they did not look like this when we first started. They've grown over time. So you see how they're ranking. So the color changes are different, right? What we teach our clients to do is to think in 3 buckets every time we have a strategy session. 1, what am I doing that's working? Do more of it. 2, what am I doing that's not working? Reallocate it to something that is. That's the easy one. 3, what am I not doing yet that I should be doing? Start adding those things in pieces. I mean, little pieces. Something as simple as we had a client that very, very good at selling maintenance agreements. This guy has thousands of maintenance agreement contracts, residual income coming in out the wazoo. We're at his office. We're doing filming. And I hear his receptionist yell out, "Do you want me to process all the credit cards for this month?" And I was like, "For what?" For the maintenance agreement. I was like, "No. You do that every month?" "Yeah." I was like, "Oh my God, why don't you enter it once and it just runs on its own?" Things like that'll make me crazy. It does. And she's like, "No, that sounds hard." I was like, "Seriously, look at your paper." She's got it like a stack up to here. Like I was sweating thinking about it. So there's little tiny things you can do. Online scheduling system. Think about it this way. The average consumer, are they busy as all get out during the middle of the day? Busy, right? Do you think they have time to handle stuff like this? They really don't. The majority of consumers don't get to deal with their own house, their own life, their own priorities until 2 o'clock in the morning or 11 o'clock when their kids finally stop talking and go to bed, right? Everything is done. So if I go to your Google business listing, it says you're closed and closed at 6 p.m. Is that potentially an exit door for a prospect, even if they don't need emergency service? They're out. Leave it open. Just put an online scheduling system on your site that says schedule online here. They can pick a date for tomorrow at noon on their lunch break. You're good. It's a 15-minute phone call. You're going to call them, ask about their issues, help them out, schedule an actual appointment. Then you worry about dispatching later. Everyone confuses the difference between sales strategies, operational strategies. Operations, that's dispatching. Sales, it's a 10-minute phone call. Why not let them schedule it for 2 o'clock instead of making it hard? Let them schedule it. Let them plan time. People need that. They need to know, I've got an appointment with you tomorrow at 12 o'clock. That's great. Honey, I already took care of it. See, appointment confirmation. She's like, okay, I'll stop bugging you. All right, let them check off that tiny to-do list, even if it's late. Tons of little things. Let me come back here. Let me go to websites because I know, oh, it's so late. Okay. When you get to a site, core functions. Who you are, what you do, where you do it, how to reach you, 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 what other people think about you, and can they leave a review? Without moving. Don't make them hunt. Don't make them look for stuff. Okay? The ability to be able to contact you, send you a message, be able to pay a bill, the ability to sign up for financing, the ability to pay their maintenance agreement, the ability to sign up for maintenance. It's all simple. It's all easy. It's all integrated. It doesn't take a lot. It's not hard, but it will save your world to be able to not lose customers. Every little tiny thing we do wrong. If I don't make this phone number click to call, I put a picture up there, exit door. Says it closed. exit door. Google Business Listing says closed, exit door. I don't have financing right out of the top, exit door. That's what they're looking for. They know they need a new air conditioning system and they can't afford it. They're looking for somebody who has financing. You have it, but it's built into some content deep within the gully of your website, right? Other little things. We need to eliminate negative reviews for the little stuff. We need to stop that. If you have a client call you and it's not qualified properly, you go out, you do service, you figure out, oh, you're missing batteries in your thermostat. Let me hook you up, put some batteries in it, test it. Oh, it's working now. Send them a bill. What do they do? Are they happy? No. They don't want a bill for 2 batteries. You sent me a $89 bill for 2 AA's. Is it 4? I don't change my batteries on a maintenance plan. Okay, so how about if you flip a switch on a furnace? Are they happy? Let them try and fix it. So what's wrong? Did it solve your problem? Let them go through and see basic information and get some simple things they can do themselves. And this is a savior. I'll see somebody book an appointment, go through the system, figure out, I need to flip my breaker in my garage on my panel. And then I'll see them send a message back to our client that says, hey, I booked an appointment with you. I need to reschedule this or cancel. I need to cancel this appointment. I used your troubleshooter, figured it out. I'm good to go. But I booked your website. I bookmarked your website, and I'll definitely call you guys again. Can you imagine an actual real person bookmarking an HVAC site? Like, that's hard. It's not that cool. So we got to be useful. Okay, same things, little things. The ability to be able to calculate savings, the ability to schedule online. Basics are simple. We need to have content and images that are different. It doesn't always need to be equipment. It needs to be where they at, the area. It needs to be something personal and so forth. But it's simple. You know instantaneously who they are, what they do. Everybody loves the dog, babies, dogs, cats. Okay, it's like Facebook. Put your salad on there. So emergency service available, schedule service, get an estimate. Your existing customers are different than new prospects. Existing customers, they just want to schedule service. Give them a home. Don't make them click on contact us. Make them feel special, part of the club. New customers, the difference between get estimate or get a quote, get an estimate, online estimate, or free quote. If the wording tells them that they might get a price at the end of that form, are they going to be willing to fill it out? Because everyone wants fast. Everyone wants fast, and they want easy, and they want to know how much it costs without having to talk to anybody. So word the thing that says online estimate. They're going to tell you how many square feet they have. They're going to tell you how many rooms they have. They're going to tell me how many systems they have, where it's located. Do they have a basement? Do they not? I don't know if you have basements and attics, depending on where you are. They're going to give you all of this information plus what's most important to them, and boom, they think they're going to get a quote at the end. At the very end, you give them good, better, best, a range, and you specifically explain to them why they can never get a price for a heating and air conditioning system on the internet because there's too many variables. You got to come out to their house. Make sense? Now, when you call them, you have all this data. Is the conversation better? It's better than the guy that got name, phone number, and address, right? Okay, so everything, there's so much. This process, you've got to do all of it over time. It's going to take a minute. You need to get the infrastructure in place. You need to get done with the things that are simple, must do, down and dirty, knock it out. Give you a good one. So we talked about website branding. It's got to look professional. I love the internet because it makes the little guys compete with the big guys. Consumers don't know the difference. Levels playing field. Okay. Content, critical. That's not a project. That's a lifestyle. Taking pictures, doing before and afters, creating content, blog content. You ever have one of your contractors walk in and they've been talking to the top of the car? You know they've had a conversation with the roof of their car the whole way back to the office because of what they saw. This is when you're like, candid camera, talk about it. Okay, you need to capture that. That's great content. That's good information you need to put into some format that you can reuse. It's pointless just to have it in your office. You ever get a thank you note, a handwritten thank you note? Take a picture of it. A basket, take a picture of it, load it to Facebook. There's so many ways you need to think about it being a documentarian. So, local listings. Remember when our old school motto is if you're not in the yellow book, you're not a real business. Today's environment, there's 70 yellow books, not yellow books. Local listings, local business listings, Google business listing, white pages, Yelp, Yahoo, Bing, and keep going, Merchant Circle, City Search. All of these are local directories. Google uses them to validate who you are. One of the biggest scams out there, and one of the things that most contractors don't pay attention to, how do they look on their local listings? Top 70. I see on a regular basis your name, your address, his phone number. What, you've seen that? Heck yeah, they're answering phone calls for you. Heating and air conditioning, how can I help you? Okay, it's not even yours lead, it's somebody else's lead. Gotcha. All right, that's critical. $200 a month. We can set up all 70 listings, optimize the listings, keep new content going on them, keep new promotions going on them, pay for all the subscription fees for them, monitor every single one of them. If you get a review, notify you instantaneously, monitor them for duplicates, and suppress the duplicate if somebody tries to scam you. You don't have to do this. It's not hard. There's a whole bunch of things. All you need is a nerd in your back pocket. So, okay, reviews, simple. App on your phone, there's only 2 review systems that do this properly, and we've evaluated every one of them. App on your phone, you're on the job. Never go on another job without coming home to mama with a review, okay? You're on the job, you finish the job. As soon as you check in, or as soon as you get on the job, you check in, and you say, installing a new air conditioning system. As soon as you finish the job, grab the homeowner, you're showing them how to work the thermostat, how to program it, and you ask them, are you happy? They say no, you're like, oh, I have a number you can call, okay? If they're happy, you're gonna say, would you mind if I send you a text message real quick? Would you be willing to leave me a review? I have to come home with one. And they'll go, okay. You send them a text message, and then they have their phone, and then you're like, okay, click that, and that, and that, and then you go write me a love note. And they do it. And then you leave. Is a consumer gonna be more likely to leave you a positive review if you're there staring in their retina and their soul than later? Get it while you're there. Don't leave the house. Like, I can't come home with that one. All right? Make it fun. That review, that check-in comes to an agency like ours. We go make a new page on your site, and guess what? You now have a website with every city you do business in. Remember, Google's a filing system. If you do air conditioning, heating, indoor air quality, and everything else, and you don't have a page for cities, you're out trying to compete with the world. You need to compete locally. Every city you want to do business in, you got to have a page. Content's expensive. Get your customers to write it by getting a review. It's that simple. On here, this page is optimized for the city first. Jacksonville, Florida, that's the label. Air conditioning and heating is the secondary label. Puts a pin on the map. Don't do that. Working with our. Okay, so it should be something about heating and air conditioning. So you're going to check in. That's going to create content. You're going to get a review. That's going to create content. Now, the 3 things I was mentioning earlier, Google cares about. Are you relative to the consumer search? Yes. Air conditioning replacement in Jacksonville, Florida. Got it, got it, got it. Are you current? Yes. I got new content coming on every time my guys go do a job. I got marketing dollars coming in the door. Are you trusted? Reviews and links. The nature of the marketing is get the review and so forth. So that's easy. That's easy. Knock it out, get it out of the way, move on. Every one of these things, I made it to slide 8 out of 30. Every one of these things is really not difficult. Takes time, but it's not too difficult to implement. It's just a matter of getting through each one of them. The more funnels you build that are dripping new leads and opportunities, or new prospects for technicians, or new help, office managers, experienced office managers, installers, the more of those you have running at the same time, the more that a change in something is not going to hurt you. The steadier cash flow you have, the easier it is to grow your business. Is it helpful?
Yes.
Be sure. Is it cocktail hour after this? All right, so let's get out of here. Now, you guys have a half sheet of paper on your chair, on your floor. It's this little thing, our logo's on it. Fill that out as if your mother was going to check your penmanship. What we'll do We will do a complete analysis and pull about $2,000 in reports for you. Remember I said earlier, you got to know where you are and then where you want to go. Our strategy sessions, that's all it is. It's strategy and consulting. I'm not a salesperson. I'm an educator, just a nerd. Okay, this is all about being able to give you guys information that's going to help you. You want to take back everything we pull, bring it back to your existing marketing company, knock yourself out. If you have questions, let us know. We're here for the long haul. If you guys are interested in a proposal to be able to do these things, everything I've talked about, everything that's on this list, this is what we do. And we've been doing it for a long time. The biggest piece about this is you're going to walk away from the strategy session with clarity and data to be able to make better decisions as it relates to your marketing and your business. Cool? There? You guys have been awesome. Thank you very much. Oh, testimonials. If you want to get on camera because you're gutsy and you're going to change the way you think about your marketing, or your wife's sitting next to you and she makes you do it. Okay. Mike's going to be out there in the hallway. He's got a camera, and we would love to have a quick testimonial. Tell him what you thought of the entire event, what you thought about Goodman dealer meetings out here, and what you thought about this, and let's rock and roll from there. All right? Thank you.
All right, 5 minutes. I don't want to leave yet.
I said cocktails, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, you said very. I got a preference.
Forget to turn it off every time.
Well, do you like just use those to watch, to improve, and stuff like that, or is it just?
I put them on the internet, or I give them my video guy. He'll slice and dice them and throw them out there with a bunch of topics. It's lead gen, and use them with clients. If we've got somebody and it's going to take me an hour to explain something to them, then we just
Here you
watch
go.
this.
Watch it 10 times.
Yeah.
Tell me if you understand.
You know, Jennifer says one thing at a lot of the meetings that really is true. Everything you've ever thought, ever done, implemented, used, has got you to where you're at now. Is it